Welcome to Bear City 24. When you envision the United States, what comes to mind? Perhaps towering skylines of opportunity, the vibrant pulse of cities like New York, or the innovation of Silicon Valley. But what if there was another, far grimmer side to this dream? A reality rarely glimpsed in travel brochures? A narrative playing out in the shadows of our most powerful nation? Imagine streets echoing with desperate cries, makeshift encampments growing silently vast, open-air drug markets, and the haunting presence of the fentanyl crisis. Some even call it the zombie drug epidemic. From the infamous Skid Row in Los Angeles to the troubled Kensington in Philadelphia or the Tenderloin District, entire communities are slipping through the cracks, a brutal daily battle for survival, where the line between stability and despair is razor thin. Why does a nation of such immense wealth and resources find itself trapped in this seemingly endless cycle? Why has recovery never fully reached these places? At Bear City 24, we journey beyond the polished facade to expose the raw, unfiltered truth of what it means to be homeless in America in 2025. This isn't just another documentary about cities. This is a deep dive into the shocking realities of homelessness, public health crises, and survival on the streets of one of the world's most influential countries. Are you ready to witness America as you've never seen it before? Stay with us as we uncover the urgent facts that no travel guide will tell you, starting with the heart of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's hidden crisis, a reality check on homelessness. The challenge of homelessness in Pennsylvania is not just persistent, it's intensifying, touching thousands of lives across the entire state. The latest available data from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's point-in-time count for 2023 revealed that approximately 13,562 individuals were experiencing homelessness on a single night. This figure, while a snapshot, underscores the profound and widespread nature of this societal issue. While major metropolitan hubs like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh continue to wrestle with significant rates of homelessness, the issue isn't confined to their city limits. Philadelphia, for instance, saw over 7,603 children and youth from pre-kindergarten through grade 12 impacted by homelessness during the 2022 to 2023 school year. What's truly striking, however, is the escalating crisis in Pennsylvania's rural regions, highlighting that no community is immune to this pervasive problem. Perhaps one of the most heartbreaking statistics concerns our youngest citizens. During the 2021 to 2022 academic year, more than 40,300 children and youth in Pennsylvania were identified as experiencing homelessness. Can you imagine the profound disruption to a child's education, the health risks they face, and the indelible mark this leaves on their future prospects? It's a situation that not only hinders their immediate well-being, but also casts a long shadow over their potential. A complex web of factors fuels this crisis. The escalating cost of housing outpacing wage growth is a primary driver. Economic instability, often worsened by job losses and insufficient social safety nets, compounds the problem further. Many also face immense hurdles accessing crucial mental health and addiction services, leaving them incredibly vulnerable. This leads us to question, what dreams do these children hold, and how do we ensure they have a fair chance to pursue them despite their current reality? Addressing this deeply rooted crisis demands a holistic approach, one that not only increases affordable housing and economic opportunities, but fundamentally improves access to vital support systems. This isn't just about charity, it's about rebuilding lives and strengthening the very fabric of our communities. Unraveling the intricate roots of Pennsylvania's homelessness surge. The surge in homelessness across Pennsylvania, a 12.2% increase over the past year, bringing the total to approximately 14,088 individuals statewide, is a multifaceted crisis, but at its heart lies a profound economic imbalance. Housing costs have relentlessly outpaced wage growth, creating an impossible equation for many. In 2023, the fair market rent, or FMR, for a modest two-bedroom apartment in Pennsylvania was $1,228 per month. To afford this, a household needs an annual income of approximately $49,160, translating to an hourly wage of $23.64. Now consider the state's minimum wage a mere $7.25 per hour. How can anyone possibly bridge this gap? This stark disparity means a person working full-time at minimum wage would need to work about 126 hours per week just to afford a basic two-bedroom apartment. This isn't sustainable. It forces countless low-income families to make agonizing choices between a roof over their heads, food on the table, or essential health care. It's a relentless pressure cooker pushing more and more into housing insecurity. Economic instability, acutely exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, triggered widespread job losses and business closures. For those living paycheck to paycheck, this meant an immediate, heightened risk of eviction, shoving many directly into homelessness. The recovery has been uneven, leaving far too many behind. What does opportunity truly mean when the foundation of stability is constantly shifting beneath your feet? Compounding this is the pervasive challenge of mental health and substance use disorders. Nationally, between 20 and 25% of homeless individuals grapple with severe mental illness, while over 35% battle substance use disorders. In Pennsylvania, the struggle is amplified by a critical lack of accessible and affordable services, creating immense barriers for affected individuals to maintain stable housing. This isn't a moral failing, it's a public health crisis playing out in our streets. The ongoing opioid crisis has undeniably played a role fostering social isolation and deepening substance dependency among vulnerable populations. Tragically underfunded and overstretched support services, including shelters, mental health programs, and job assistance, are simply overwhelmed. Many who desperately need help remain unaware of or unable to access the limited resources available. If you were in their shoes, what would your daily battle look like? What kind of support would give you hope? Addressing homelessness in Pennsylvania isn't about simple fixes. It demands a truly comprehensive strategy. Expanding affordable housing, fortifying economic stability, improving access to mental health and substance use, treatment, and bolstering support services are not just goals, but urgent necessities to forge a sustainable path out of homelessness for everyone impacted. The far-reaching impact of homelessness. Health, society, and beyond homelessness is far more than just lacking a roof. It's a profound issue that impacts individuals and entire communities in ways that are often unseen and unacknowledged. And let's truly delve into the multifaceted, devastating consequences of this reality, exploring the severe health risks, the insidious decline of mental well-being, the relentless cycle of substance abuse, and the undeniable strain it places on our shared public resources. Imagine living day in and day out without the basic human dignity of stable shelter. This exposes individuals to extreme weather conditions, poor hygiene, and inadequate nutrition, leading to a host of chronic illnesses and infections that would typically be preventable or manageable. Alarmingly, conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, and HIV/AIDS are found at rates 3 to 6 times higher among the homeless population compared to the general housed population. What does this tell us about the societal safety nets we claim to have overcrowded shelters, while vital often inadvertently exacerbate these health risks by facilitating the rapid spread of diseases like tuberculosis and hepatitis, creating further public health challenges? More somberly, the mortality rate among homeless individuals is significantly higher than that of housed individuals, starkly highlighting the severe and often fatal health implications of this existence. Beyond the physical, the relentless stress, constant uncertainty, and pervasive stigma associated with homelessness take an immense toll on mental health. Approximately 25% of people experiencing homelessness suffer from serious mental illnesses such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, or major depression. The absence of a stable, supportive environment often leads to profound feelings of isolation, hopelessness, and a further deterioration of mental well-being. It's a vicious cycle that traps individuals in a spiraling descent. In a desperate attempt to cope with the overwhelming emotional and physical hardships of homelessness, many individuals tragically turn to alcohol and drugs. This creates a relentless cycle that not only reinforces their current situation, but further exacerbates existing health issues, making it increasingly challenging to secure stable housing and employment. This coping mechanism, born of desperation, makes breaking free from homelessness an even more arduous journey. The repercussions of homelessness extend far beyond the individual, placing an undeniable and significant burden on public resources. Governments are compelled to allocate substantial funds to emergency healthcare, temporary shelters, and law enforcement to address the immediate critical needs of the homeless population. This critical reallocation often diverts precious resources from essential services like education, infrastructure, maintenance, and public safety. For instance, in Illinois, advocates are urgently calling for a $100 million state funding boost specifically to combat rising homelessness, powerfully highlighting the profound financial strain on social welfare programs. Understanding these profound and far-reaching consequences underscores the urgent necessity of addressing homelessness through comprehensive strategies. These must encompass not only housing solutions, but also integrated healthcare, robust mental health support, and effective substance abuse treatment. By truly tackling these underlying issues with compassion and foresight, we can begin to alleviate the devastating impacts on individuals and reduce the immense strain on our collective public resources, ultimately fostering healthier and more equitable communities for all. Homelessness is not just a personal tragedy, it's a societal challenge that demands our collective attention and immediate action. By actively addressing the health risks, the decline in mental health, the cycle of substance abuse, and the strain on public resources associated with homelessness, we can truly work towards sustainable solutions that benefit both individuals and society as a whole. Pathways to progress. Innovative approaches tackling homelessness in Pennsylvania. Homelessness isn't a simple equation, it's a multifaceted challenge demanding fresh perspectives and persistent action. To truly move the needle, we need to look beyond quick fixes and invest in a holistic ecosystem that supports stability. What if we reimagined our approach to not just manage, but prevent and ultimately end homelessness? Rethinking affordable housing strategies. The scarcity of affordable housing is undeniably a central driver of this crisis. In Pennsylvania, we're staring down a deficit of 267,000 housing units for those with extremely low incomes, meaning for every 100 households in need, there are only 38 available homes. This isn't just a number, it's a profound lack of basic security for hundreds of thousands. The Pennsylvania Housing Action Plan is a critical step aiming to broaden housing options and stabilize rents. But what if we pushed further? Imagine a $10 million mixed-use housing development pilot program that doesn't just encourage private developers, but incentivizes truly innovative, sustainable, and community-integrated housing solutions. We're talking about more than just buildings. We're talking about vibrant communities. And while rent subsidies and eviction prevention are vital safety nets, how can we strengthen them to ensure no one slips through the cracks? Have you ever thought about how much harder life becomes when you don't even have a mailing address? Revolutionizing healthcare and mental wellness support. The link between health, mental well-being, and homelessness is undeniable. Consider this: nearly 1 in 4 homeless individuals grapples with serious mental health conditions, and more than 35% face substance abuse challenges. These aren't isolated issues. They're often intertwined with the very cycle of homelessness. The proposed Pennsylvania budget for 2025 to 2026 seeks to inject more funding into county mental health services and expand 988 suicide prevention initiatives. These are essential. But what if we looked at models like Philadelphia's Riverview Wellness Village, which offers 336 beds and comprehensive addiction treatment, and scaled them even more aggressively across the state? Imagine a Pennsylvania where mental health support is as accessible as primary care. What impact do you think that would have on our communities? Empowering through education and economic opportunity. For many, homelessness begins with economic vulnerability, a lost job, a lack of skills, or unexpected financial hardship. Providing education and job training isn't just a solution, it's an investment in human potential. The Pennsylvania state budget for 2025 to 2026 prioritizes education, including programs designed to bridge the gap between learning and employment. But how can we foster stronger partnerships between schools, nonprofits, and businesses to create direct pipelines to stable, livable wage jobs? What if every person experiencing homelessness had a clear pathway to re-enter the workforce with confidence and new skills? Forging unbreakable alliances. The power of collaboration. No single agency or organization can tackle homelessness in isolation. It demands a symphony of coordinated efforts, government bodies, nonprofits, businesses, healthcare providers, and community groups all working in unison. Allegheny County's 500 in 500 initiative, aiming to house 500 individuals in 500 days through strategic partnerships, is a powerful testament to this. These collaborative models ensure that individuals receive comprehensive wraparound support housing, healthcare job placement, and emotional well-being, all within one connected system. What if every county in Pennsylvania adopted a similar ambitious goal? Do you believe these integrated strategies are the key to building lasting solutions? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Policy versus reality. The ground game of homelessness in Pennsylvania. While Pennsylvania has rolled out various initiatives, rental assistance, emergency shelters, and short-term housing, the stark truth is that demand often overwhelms supply. Long waiting lists and temporary fixes frequently fall short of providing lasting stability. Even more frustrating, many vital social welfare programs remain out of reach for those who need them most, tangled in bureaucratic red tape, or simply unknown to the very people they're designed to help. In September 2024, Governor Josh Shapiro signed Executive Order 2024-03, a directive aimed at cutting through some of this complexity. It tasked the Department of Community and Economic Development, or DCED, with crafting a robust housing action plan. The goal to ease the crushing burden of high housing costs by increasing and preserving the state's housing supply. Complementing this is a $10 million mixed-use housing development pilot program, a hopeful endeavor to inject more affordable housing into the market. However, the real question remains, are these efforts truly connecting with individuals on the ground? We need a more integrated, human-centered approach. This means not just building more housing, but ensuring it's accessible and genuinely affordable. It means simplifying access to social services and dramatically enhancing outreach efforts so that every individual knows what resources are available and how to use them. How do you think we can make these crucial programs less daunting and more welcoming? By weaving together a strategy that's not just comprehensive in scope, but also deeply compassionate in execution, Pennsylvania has the potential to make significant strides. We can reduce homelessness and provide robust support to our most vulnerable residents. What do you believe is the single most important policy change Pennsylvania could make right now to impact the homelessness crisis? Share your ideas below. Echoes of Hope. One woman's unwavering resilience. Lisa, a 42-year-old from the heart of Philadelphia, once navigated a life that many of us would recognize as stable. A steady job, a comfortable home, and a clear path ahead. But life as we know can pivot in an instant. A sudden job loss, the pain of a divorce, and a quiet battle with depression conspired to land her in a place she never imagined: homeless. Without a safety net, Lisa found herself navigating the unfamiliar world of shelters for months. Each day was a profound test, not just of survival, but of dignity. Like countless others experiencing homelessness, she faced formidable barriers. How do you find a job without a stable address? The relentless stress gnawed at her mental health, making it increasingly difficult to envision a way forward. Have you ever felt utterly lost, unsure of your next step? But then a glimmer of light. Lisa connected with a local organization that offered not just mental health care, but also crucial addiction treatment. With the steady, compassionate guidance of caseworkers, she entered job training programs, slowly rebuilding her confidence and skills. Step by step, she reclaimed her stability. Through community programs and vital housing assistance, Lisa secured both steady employment and, perhaps most importantly, a permanent home. The moment those keys landed in her hand wasn't just about a new address, it was about a new beginning. Today, Lisa is more than a survivor. She's a beacon. She dedicates her time to supporting others, traversing similar paths, her story a powerful testament to hope and a driving force for systemic change. She understands profoundly that homelessness isn't merely the absence of a roof, it's the erosion of self-worth. And she is fiercely determined that no one should ever feel isolated in that struggle. Lisa's journey is a powerful reminder of human resilience and the transformative power of community support. Her path from stability to homelessness and back again illustrates that life's unexpected challenges can touch anyone. A job loss, a health crisis, personal struggles, they can leave any one of us vulnerable. Yet her story also underscores a crucial truth: with the right support, mental health care, job, training, stable housing, lives can absolutely be rebuilt. Often we reduce homelessness to statistics and policy debates. But let's be clear, beyond the data, there are real people, each with their own battles, their own hopes, and their own dreams. In Pennsylvania alone, over 14,000 individuals experience homelessness on any given night. This includes families with children, brave veterans, and individuals fleeing domestic violence. When we talk about homelessness, we are talking about human lives. People like Lisa who yearn for stability, dignity, and a second chance. Our societal lens on homelessness must shift. Far too often, those without a home are viewed as a problem to be managed, rather than individuals deserving of compassion and opportunity. What if instead of looking away, we asked ourselves, what if this were my story? What if I lost everything with no one to catch me? Wouldn't we hope for a community that genuinely cared? Solving homelessness demands more than just shelters or government programs. It requires cultivating a culture of empathy and action. It calls upon all of us policymakers to invest in sustainable solutions, businesses to offer pathways to employment, nonprofits to expand their vital services, and individuals to advocate for meaningful change. So here's the profound question: do you believe one person can truly make a difference? The answer is an resounding yes. Whether it's through volunteering your time, making a donation, or simply amplifying awareness, every single action matters. Lisa's story proves that when we unite as a community, we possess the power to transform lives. The only question that remains is, will you be part of that solution? Number 7, building. Tomorrow, our collective role in ending homelessness. Homelessness is not some insurmountable force. It's a deeply human challenge that demands collective ingenuity and resolve. The real question isn't if change is possible, but rather, what are we truly willing to do to bring it about? While large-scale policy shifts are crucial, the most profound change often blossoms from individuals and communities taking concrete action. So, how do we become agents of change? Championing local lifelines across the United States, nearly 582,000 people experience homelessness on any given night. In Pennsylvania alone, that staggering number climbs past 14,000. Local shelters, food banks, and outreach programs are the tireless front lines providing essential resources, yet they often operate with stretched budgets and limited staff. By actively supporting these initiatives, whether through financial donations, volunteering your time, or simply spreading the word about their incredible work, you empower them to make an immediate, tangible impact in people's lives. Have you ever considered volunteering at a local shelter? It can be a truly eye-opening experience. Homelessness isn't just a cold statistic. It's a daily reality for thousands of individuals and families across Pennsylvania and far beyond. Behind every tent, every weary face lies a story shaped by a severe shortage of affordable housing, persistent economic struggles, and deep gaps in mental health care. The causes are complex, but the solutions are within our reach. Long-term investment in housing, broader healthcare access, meaningful job opportunities, and stronger community collaboration. But real change doesn't appear overnight, and it certainly won't happen without each of us. Supporting local shelters, advocating for fairer policies, or simply offering compassion, every act, no matter how small, helps to build ripples of hope. Imagine a world where no one has to wonder where they will sleep tonight, a world where every person is afforded the dignity of a safe home and the chance to start again. That world begins with us. If this message has resonated, please like this video, subscribe to Bear City 24, and share your thoughts in the comments. What steps do you think our communities must prioritize to truly address homelessness? Let's keep this conversation alive and work together toward a future where everyone has a place to call home.